Alright, so before I start this video, let me preface by saying I do not want any smoke from Moist Criticals / Penguin Zero or Sneako or anybody else involved in this situation. I am just a neutral, unbiased bystander watching this shit happen in real time. I do not want any smoke, so don't come for me. I'm just chilling and watching everything go down in flames. Now recently there's been drama between Sneako and like some people from the commentary community like Penguins, Turkey Tom, and some other guys that I guess are fairly popular on YouTube. We know Hassanabi, you know, Ethan Klein. I'm not really a fan of Ethan. He's a weirdo to me, but hey, clearly YouTube is still sucking him off. And the rest of these guys, I don't know who they are. I guess it's a meme at this point because a lot of these guys like kind of fit the profile of the typical avatar for a Minecraft YouTuber with a whole bunch of 13 and 14-year-old stans who will cancel you if you offend their feelings about their favorite creator. But then again, I don't know the content that most of these people create, so I'm just assuming. But I guess that's the meme Sneako is running off of. Sneako said they look identical because their beliefs are identical. Time to level up. You know, Sneako has been on this journey after, you know, he's come across Andrew Tate and becoming red-pilled and adopting philosophies and concepts he doesn't fully understand. How he's tried to adopt this philosophy of breaking out of the matrix, being more masculine, calling out NPC bot behavior, right? This is nothing new. Plenty of creators have been on this kind of wave for years, like Soluminati, who's my favorite creator. My man Taekwondo, I fuck with his content. Another creator I watch, George Gammon, aka the Rebel Capitalist, and many other creators who basically try to enlighten their audience to become better people, to break out of the status quo and, you know, just the typical shit that brainwashes the average person into believing things without facts and evidence. But it seems like within the last year or so, Sneako has tried to break his way into that kind of content, but in the most unsophisticated and brash way possible. Like, the boy is creating a mess right now for his image, his brand, and in my opinion, it's just not moving smart right now. However, as of like an hour ago, Penguins, aka Moist Criticals, decided to make a video on him because Sneako kept adding him on Twitter and kept going at him. Now, obviously, this is probably working out in favor of Sneako because I guess he wanted this to happen. Now Sneako is going to be in household name. Everybody's going to know who Sneako is, what his name is, and ultimately he's going to get more fans. And let me clarify, I don't have anything against Sneako. I don't really have anything against Penguins. To be honest, I don't have anything against any creator on this platform because it's just all internet shit. It's not real life to me. Until you actually meet up in person and keep the same energy that you're keeping online, I quite honestly couldn't give a fuck less. But anyways, here's what Charlie, I believe his name is, had to say about Sneako basically trying to beef with him.
Hey Sneako, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at moistglobal.com. Last time I talked about you, I used you for a merchandise push as well, so might as well stick with tradition. I bet just seeing me in this attire again has just sent you on a full-blown Winter Soldier episode with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull as you're experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, because the first video I made on you offended you to such a high degree that you have not stopped whining since. It's already been 3 months, can you believe that? How time flies. You started shit with me by insulting me and my girlfriend out of nowhere, so naturally I responded by making fun of you in return and showcasing the reasons why I don't respect you. But unfortunately I failed to calculate just how much of a sensitive fucking loser you are, because this hurt your feelings to such a high degree it's become like an Armageddon in your brain. 3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Alright, so I'm gonna just kind of break this down because I know exactly what happened to Sneako. Sneako was kind of like a deep philosophical kind of creator. He'd always create and upload thought-provoking kind of scenarios on his channel, video essays, street interviews, and just like super introspective type content that would get you thinking about your entire existence. And then he met Andrew Tate. And I'm not quite sure how he came across Andrew Tate. I guess Andrew Tate was just generally blowing up, and I'm assuming he met Andrew Tate through the Fresh and Fit podcast, networked his way onto that podcast, and then Andrew Tate saw his podcast episode on FNF, and then they became friends through there. Now at the time, I guess when Sneako first came across Fresh and Fit, you know, they're like a red pill streaming men's development lifestyle channel, he started listening and adopting concepts and perspectives that he didn't fully understand, and I guess that kind of pissed him off based on the information he was learning at the time. He then started to go through something called red pill rage, which in the simplest terms is kind of like having your entire worldview shattered before your eyes, you know, having your disillusionment being erased and the veil lifted from your eyes. It's kind of like believing in Santa Claus your entire life, and then by the time you're like 12 years old, which is kind of late, your parents telling you that Santa Claus does not exist. Of course, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna be pissed off. And that's kind of what he went through when he started adopting the same kind of principles and philosophies that is typically being espoused by Andrew Tate. Now, I'm definitely not gonna get into all that because this is definitely not the platform for me to talk about that, and to be quite honest, I really don't care about getting into all that red pill stuff. But I will say that the problem with Sneako is that he's taken a lot of that information and basically has just deployed it in the most toxic way you could possibly deploy it. And now that he feels like he has all this new information and this new knowledge, and that things that he understands, concepts that he truly doesn't understand fundamentally, he's now calling out people like Moist Criticals, Turkey Tom, Hassan Abi, you know, like people who are like, and I mean this in the most respectful way possibly, because I don't have anything against these people, soft and frail and emotionally sensitive, very thoughtful, nice and understanding, and the kind of guys who would sip pumpkin spice lattes. I fuck with those, by the way. You know, they believe in the whole concept of toxic masculinity and the patriarchy, all men are trash, you know, whatever stereotypical tropes and ideas people who look like this may have. Now that is how Sneako perceives the situation, and I do understand the meme, but I just don't know how Charlie or maybe even Turkey Tom fits into that stereotype when they've made pretty edgy content in the past. Like, I don't think they fit into that box. But as for the rest of these guys, Hassan Abi and Ethan Klein and the rest of them, they look like, yeah, I know when them cameras are off. This all y'all be.
I do not associate with.
But I digress. Sneako is going at these guys and he doesn't like them because I guess he believes they portray an image that goes against everything he now believes in, and he's decided to come for Moist Criticals of all people. Meanwhile, Sneako historically doesn't have the best opinions either. I mean, let Charlie tell you.
He was very upset, so he was threatening to come shoot me, beat me up, all of that, because I hurt his feelings, and it's been festering for quite some time now. 3 fucking months. You love to bitch about how everyone's canceling you. These soy boy NPC bots are all canceling you. It's all you do. You treat the teenagers in your Discord like they're your goddamn therapist. Just going in there to complain about the invisible boogeyman canceling you again, shaking your fist at the clouds. I also love that you treat this Discord server like it's your PR team, so you have them work on your responses on Twitter because you're not witty enough to come up with anything on your own. You have no ability to banter. You can't insult anyone. Anytime you're pushed, all you fall back on is one of 3 things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path, which is ironic because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like the absolute worst character, side character in an MMO. It's pathetic.
See, this is why Sneako should have actually understood what the fuck he was actually taking upon himself when it came to, I guess, RP knowledge. Like, this is just straight up embarrassing because now he's out here acting like a fool with such a big platform. And I guess it's just because he has no mentors around him to actually say, calm the fuck down, take it a little slow, and actually try to explain your ideas and your concepts in a more eloquent way. Because you can't just come out here at people on Twitter and just start throwing insults at them. Like, that's not how you'll get people over to your side or to believe in what you believe in. You need to actually provide data, statistics, maybe engage in debates, have somebody come on your platform and have a conversation. I'm sure Charlie would have maybe accepted that if you didn't just outright disrespect him for no reason. I guess based on what he's saying, you calling him a soy boy when you're not really any better, bro. You literally went to a party, a swingers party in fact, went into a room, had another nigga's balls in your face, and then after that went to another area where you saw your girl getting piped out by multiple dudes. And you just sat there and watched. But you have the audacity to call other people soy boys and bots and effeminate. I mean, it's the disconnect for me.
Because this was, imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
get fucked.
You
love her?
Yeah, I do. I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, nah, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other agreement? Why that one didn't last?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. I know. You know what?
So my point with this was, why is this the guy that's lecturing everyone on their relationships, shitting on people's relationships, when he himself is in one that makes him very upset and he can't come to terms with it?
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. When I heard about that situation, I was just like, all right, this is quite indefensible and hypocritical given what Sneako was trying to stand for, which is, I guess, masculinity and breaking out of the matrix. But yeah, bro, yeah, Sneako, you can't be out here going at Charlie when you literally let your girl get piped out at a swingers party by other men you don't even know. And then on top of that, what was this, 2021, my guy? You literally defended cuties, bro. I saw that video. This shit had more dislikes than likes. And rightfully so, bro. There was no way you could defend cuties. Like, I understand why he did what he did back then, because he was on that whole, you guys just don't get it wave. This is what cuties actually meant in defense of cuties. Mr. Girl was on that wave too. You guys remember that, man? With the Jufro and glasses? The I'm of a higher wavelength, you guys can't think like me kind of creators, bro. Like, come on, man.
I'll go ahead and briefly give you a previously on Dragon Ball Z lore recap to bring you up to speed on the points I was making for why I think he is a pathetic piece of shit, and his opinion holds no value in my eyes. Is because he publicly defends Cuties as one of his favorite movies. Cuties was a Netflix film that used real child actresses in sexual situations, so they sexualized real children. A fact that Sneako himself acknowledges, but writes off as being okay because it's realistic, because in the real world children get sexualized. I'll say it again, regardless of what the intention of the film was, they missed the mark, because what ended up happening is they sexualized the child actresses. That is a problem. Full stop. Even if the message was supposed to be the opposite, they still ended up contributing to the very problem they were speaking out against.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold up. That was not clickbait. That was actually in the movie. Now, I didn't watch the movie. I saw the trailer on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that scene was at the end of the movie. And these little girls were literally twerking on stage, bro. And now that I'm thinking about it now, with the fact that this is a French movie and the age of consent in France is like, 13 or 14? It makes sense. Hell, they even just legalized bestiality in France this year. What the fuck is going on in France? I don't know. Can we get that French-Canadian motherfucker XQC to explain what the hell is going on in his ancestors' country? Because this is getting out of hand. I need some clarification here.
The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Imagine claiming children in sexual positions is clickbait. Yikes. That's rough.
All right, hold up, all right, hold up. I don't know what kind of defense this is, but yes, okay, it's not an unrealistic thing. Children are sexualized, little girls are sexualized and taken advantage of in like Hollywood and mainstream media, you know. Sure, everybody knows that, but bro, the point of the movie was to call that shit out and to spread awareness about it. But the fucking irony is that in the process of trying to do that, they actually, as a byproduct of their movie, did it themselves. Like, could he not understand the fucking irony of the entire situation? And to title your video Cuties is my new favorite film, like, come on, bro. He really was just trying to be extra woke back then. Bro, that's all it was. I don't think this was his new favorite film. I think he was just trying to be super thought-provoking and controversial. Like, he just wanted to be different for no reason. Like, that's all it was.
So after seeing this for the 100th time in the last 3 months, I finally just said, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck. And this puppy really blew up on Twitter in a big way. Now, I will say it again. What I did and what I am doing right now is not canceling you, Sneako. I am insulting you. I am making fun of you. Something that you were supposed to—
All right, so clearly, you know, it's been a 3-month-long thing. Sneako's created this whole collage of soy boy, effeminate soft boys that he think are everything that he hates. All right, we get it. Sneako is currently going through a stage of his life where he's like evolving backwards. He's becoming less mature, more outlandish, less sophisticated, and it's just like, I guess, going through an edgy phase that he never really got to go through when he was a younger man because he was too busy writing video essays and thinking way too much about life, like, bro should have been playing Call of Duty and telling other players that he'll fuck their mom instead of trying to be this high IQ philosophical ass poet at the age of 14. Like, I guess he just missed that phase and is now trying to let all the edginess out of his system.
When you are getting your feelings hurt and your immediate response isn't to fire back with insults, jokes, whatever, it's to challenge someone to a fight, you've taken a huge L. You've shown that the person has got under your skin, and the only thing you can resort to is a caveman brain of, I'll beat you in a fight. Sneako, you beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything.
And at this point is where Sneako was destroyed. He was eviscerated. I'm sorry, there's no coming back from this because, like I said on Twitter, Sneako, you should have just left it in the drafts, letting the world know, letting the public know that you saw your girl get piped out by other men while you just sat there and watched has clearly backfired beyond belief. Like, bro, you should have just took that one to the grave, sucked it up, and kept it pushing. And now you're out here legitimately being cyberbullied. Like, you're actually being cyberbullied, and I feel kind of sorry for you, but you did it to yourself, my guy. And it's just like the fact that you're an advocate of masculinity, but you literally got a photo floating around out here of you dressed like this. You watched your girl get piped out by multiple dudes in a swingers party and then cried about it on the internet. You're literally traumatized. You defended cuties. You can't control your emotions. You're unnecessarily atting different creators on Twitter because you don't agree with their ideas. Then if that's the case, debate them. Why are you subbing people? You're threatening to shoot people now? And then on top of that, you have the audacity to throw out false rape allegations or accusations against another man, while ironically your man's in a Romanian corrupt ass prison for possible false accusations himself. So it's just like, bro, too many hypocritical instances where you're calling out other people for things that you're not so totally innocent yourself. And again, I don't got anything against any of these creators. Moist Critical, Sneako, Hassan Abi, maybe a little, Ethan Klein, definitely. Like, bro, it's just disappointing to see how much you sold out. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Be sure to sub to the channel and make sure that all notifications are turned on so you always know whenever I upload a video. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, so you can send me video ideas over there. And be sure to join our community Discord server. Links are down below. Everything is down below. And until next time, stay safe out there. New video tomorrow at 7 p.m. See you there.